Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Nico's Wide World of Sports. Today, we're going to talk about the 2026 MLB season Week 4 recap, a month into the season, the ABS Challenge System leaderboard, and a standings update about a month into the season. So let's get right into it. First, we're going to start off with the scores. As I showed you in the previous one last Wednesday, April 15, 2026, but the game between the Mariners and Padres was crazy as the Padres were down 6-0, and they stormed back and scored seven unanswered runs to beat the Mariners 7-6, and they improved to 12-6, and the Mariners fell to 8-11. Now let's head to Thursday, as there were a couple good games. The Nationals beat the Pirates 8-7 in a good game, and the Guardians beat the Orioles 4-2, and Parker Messick threw a no-hitter through 8 innings, and the Orioles and Leody Taveras got a hit, and that ended the no-hitter, and the Guardians still ended up winning 4-2, but they almost came back and tied it up. Another one is the Giants versus Reds. The Giants beat the Reds 3-0. There was a brawl at the very end of the game. I'm not exactly sure why that is. The Tigers beat the Royals 10-9 in a walk-off win. The Angels and Mike Trout hit 5 home runs against the Yankees in 4 games in Yankee Stadium. So there are actually a lot of notable games on Thursday. Now we're gonna head to Friday. And the Orioles, that was a huge comeback win. They were down 4-0 after Daniel Schneemann hit a grand slam in the seventh inning. And in the eighth inning, Jeremiah Jackson hits a 3-run shot, and the Orioles beat the Guardians 6-4. Garcia got his first win. He's 2-0, and he had a 0 ERA until yesterday. His loss. And then some other games also that, well, there weren't like many like standout games, but I think we'll head to the next day. Saturday, the Giants beat the Nationals 7-6 in 12 innings. The Guardians beat the Orioles 4-2. Gavin Williams struck out 20 or 11 in the win. And then the Yankees put up 13 against the Royals, 13-4. The Rays beat the Pirates 8-7. That was a good game in 13 innings. Uh the Tigers and Tyreek Skubal fan 10, ending the 9-game road skid with a 4-1 win over Boston. He improved to 3-2 for 2.08 ERA. And the Blue Jays Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll hit a grand slam as the Diamondbacks beat the Blue Jays 6-2. Now we'll head to Sunday, and the Guardians unfortunately beat the Orioles 8-4. They took the series, winning 3 out of 4. They improved to 13-10, while the Orioles fell to 10-12. Jose Ramirez hit 2 home runs, and Rocio drove in 3. As Trevor Rogers got his second straight loss, he now fell to 2-2, 4.08 ERA. Yankees destroyed the Royals 7-0. And another game, this crazy game, the Rockies and Dodgers. Rockies upset the Dodgers 9-6, and the Dodgers were like implementing that the Rockies were cheating, and I don't think they were exactly. There was a video by Made the Cut that showed that they were talking about that. The Mariners beat the Rangers 5-2. Brian Wu had 7 strong innings, got his first win of the year. Tigers beat the Red Sox 6-2. Dingler hit a 3-run shot, and they beat struggling Crochet and the Red Sox. Framber Valdez went to 2-1 for 3.30 ERA, and Garrett Crochet, who's been struggling, fell to 2-3 for 7.88 ERA. Braves beat the Phillies 4-2 as they continue their surge in the NL East. On Monday, there are a couple good games. The Braves beat the Nationals 9-4, and I reported on this one where the Orioles beat the Royals 7-5 in the 12th inning. As this game was back and forth, it was 1-0 in the ninth inning, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Bisayo gets the game tying RBI single, and in the 12th inning, again Dylan Beavers gets the go-ahead single with 2 outs, and then 2 outs and 2 strikes in the bottom of the 11th. Bobby Witt for the Royals ties it up at 2, and in the 12th inning, Leody Taveras hits a grand slam, and that's how they ultimately won 7-5. They improved to 11-12, while Kansas City fell to 7-16. That was 8 straight losses in a row. Boston beat Detroit. The Red Sox beat the Tigers 8-6 on Boston Marathon Day. Rafael hit a 2-run single, and the Reds destroyed the Rays 6-1. Rookie Sal Stewart hit his eighth homer, and their fourth straight win. Dodgers beat the Rockies 12-3. They split the series, and Muncy and Rushing both homered twice. And Warbleski's 3-0 for 188 ERA. The A's beat the Mariners 6-4. And then we'll go to yesterday. Orioles and Royals. Adley Rutschman came back from the IR. He got two hits, including a home run, but they couldn't hold on as Shane Baz and Rico Garcia gave up runs and Helsley on a wild pitch as the Royals would beat the Orioles 6-5. The Reds beat the Rays 12-6. Again, Cincinnati's been surging. The Brewers destroyed the Tigers 12-4. Yankees beat the Red Sox in their renewed rivalry 4-0. And the Mets now have lost 12 in a row after yesterday's loss to the Twins 5-3. The A's again beat the Mariners 5-2. And the White Sox beat the Diamondbacks 11-5. Munetaka Murakami continues his incredible rookie season with two more home runs, and he is now 8 on the year. Giants beat the Dodgers 3-1. And then we'll head to today. And the Orioles beat the Royals 8-6 to take the series. They now improve to 12-13, while Kansas City falls to 8-17. Chris Bassett gets his first win even with a shaky start. He improves to 1-2 with a 6.75 ERA. Michael Wacha gets the loss, falls to 2-1 with a 2.51 ERA. Anthony Nunez with his first career save. There are a couple games in progress right now too. Tampa Bay avoided the sweep by beating Cincinnati 6-1. The Angels beat the Blue Jays 7-3. The Mariners come back and win 5-4. Cal Raleigh has a home run in three straight games. They get to 11-15, and the A's fall to 13-12. Yankees beat the Red Sox 4-1. And the Mets finally win, ending their 12-game losing streak, and now they're tied with the Phillies in last place at 8-16. The Twins improve to 12-12, or they fall to 12-12. Cubs are surging at 15-9. And now we're going to look at the ABS challenge systems. Teoscar Hernandez is a perfect 4 for 4 on batting challenges. Pete Alonso for the Orioles 5 for 6. Xander Bogaerts for San Diego 4 for 5. And Murakami 4 for 5. Mike Trout 3 for 4. ABS challenge leaders. You have Freddie Peralta, Max Fried, Bassett, Mize, Harris, Helsley, Cabrera, Luzardo, Beater, and Chandler, who are 1 for 1. For catching, PJ Higgins is 4 for 4, Adrian Del Castillo 3 for 3, Darno's 2 for 2, and Jefferson Quero's 2 for 2 for Milwaukee. Team ABS challenge leaders. If you look at that, the Reds are first in batting, the Orioles are first in pitching, and the Tigers are first in catching. And now, last but not least, a standings update. The Orioles at 12-13 have been okay so far this year. They scored a lot of runs recently. There's something that surprised me the most, seeing Boston in last place at 9-15. I don't think anyone really expected that. I thought people thought they'd be a little better, not like be okay. Kansas City being in last at 8-17 is pretty surprising. They won one of their last 10 games. And just to know this, but the whole NL Central is above 500, better than the whole AL West. Brewers are in last place at 13-10, while Texas is in first place in the AL West at 12-11. And San Diego's overtaken Dodgers for first place, and they're at 16-7. If you look at the league standings and overall, the top four are the Padres, Dodgers, Braves, and Reds. They're all ahead of every team in the AL. Well, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching Nico's Wide World of Sports. I hope to see you guys next time.